fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Show here, and now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Deku and Mirako. Now, these two have officially started dating, and they have been doing so for some time. Now, after Ryuko woke up from her coma, she tried getting back to work. However, it's very weird to her. The world she left, her friends, the irresponsible, naive, and, well, very argumentative and quick to anger woman. She is nowhere to be seen anymore. She has a better handle on her temper, and she seems to be more feminine whenever you do talk to her. There's also the fact that she does seem more approachable and responsible now. And it was quite a shock to Ryuko. Now, after going out to drink with Deku, Mirako, and even Bakugo, all of them, they did actually enjoy the night. And she did actually discover a few more things about Deku. Let us cut to a little bit more time later, where in this amount of time, a few things have happened. Now, let's say about 3 more months pass, so these two have known each other for a total of 9 months. In this amount of time, Deku's been doing quite a bit. And what has happened has been quite simple. Deku's projects, they are actually finished. The Model 1 of the prosthetic arm that allows you to feel touch and sensation is completely done. And Deku, whenever he did present it to the world for mass production, everyone was quite surprised about it. Now, Deku, he got multiple offers from different companies all around the globe. The idea of mass producing something this advanced compared to what they do currently have, it's like putting a toaster against a supercomputer. It's just remarkable what Deku's done. Now, Deku, he gets quite a hefty amount of money from this. And he does just do one simple little thing. He does a smart move. He takes most of that money and buys shares from multiple corporations. As he does then reinvests most of it into his lab work projects and even everything he does currently have. Now, Deku, he still does have what remains of the 200 million. However, the amount of money he makes from this, it makes that 200 million look a little bit too small. Let's just keep it at that. Now, it was quite insane. And Deku, he did actually have quite a bit of accomplishments with this. Multiple projects were able to immediately get up and off the ground. And Deku's lab got better security upgrades, along with even more and more tighter restrictions. And it even did undergo some renovations. Now, this is quite crazy to a lot of people. And Deku, he actually did give the people who worked in his lab with him a majority of about 20% of these proceeds for their projects and for personal, shares. Now, the number 20% may not sound good, but it's basically a fifth of everything Deku did get from this project. And all they really did have to do is follow a blueprint. Now, let's cut over to Deku's apartment and home, where Deku he's actually decided that what he'll be doing is renovating the apartment building. And yeah, what basically does happen is everybody who does currently live in the apartment, they're told about what's going to happen. Deku is going to be building this place or rebuilding it. It's an old, worn out building, and everybody they used to complain about it whenever he was a lot younger. And he's even made sure they're all taken care of. They have places to stay, they have plenty of money, and from what he's already gotten done with the project and redesigns, the construction company should only take a few more months. And once that's all said and done, they can move all their stuff back inside. Now, there was even the process where Deku, he did actually have to take apart that battery he made for the building. And that was a hefty process. Now, with that being said, Deku, he's actually currently staying over with Mirako. As Enko, she's staying in a spare room Mitsuki has at their house. Now, we do actually currently have Deku, who he's sitting down at the table and he's listening to music through his headphones, as he's actually messing with a new tool he's been trying to make. With that being said, we do actually have where Mirako, she does get home. And Deku, yeah, he does look up to see her. As the moment he does actually get a notification on his phone that the door has opened, he does immediately go to bring up his hand and get ready to press a button on his watch. As the moment he does look up and see Mirako, he does immediately go to bring his hand back down and re-grab the item he does have, picking it up and going to adjust it. Now, Mirako, she actually does look over towards Deku and see that. Walking over to her fridge, opening it up, and going to grab something to drink. Her pulling out a pitcher of, let's just say, let's say tea or lemonade. Now, as she does do that, she does go to pour it in to a glass and walk over to Deku. Her sitting down, as Deku he does look up and go to actually take a part of his, take an earphone off of his ear, asking her if she's had a good day at work. Oh yeah, it was pretty crazy. I just got back and I'm very tired. Really? Yeah, it's, well, weird, you know? What is? Well, making a spare key. Then there's the fact that Ryoko didn't really like this idea. Yeah, I know. Your friend, she doesn't really hate me anymore, but she does try to tolerate me. Yeah. However, she's kind of annoyed that I'm just letting you stay here. I mean, I did offer to pay rent. I know, but I don't want you doing that for me. I get it, Mirako. We could just drop this, can't we? Deku going to set down the project and going to turn towards her, as they do actually talk for a minute. This argument does somewhat happen. Mirako, she does at least hear about it every once in a while from Ryoko. The fact is, that guy is basically just bumming it on her couch. He has the money to pay for her rent. He could buy her entire home. And not even blink an eye. He could have bought a house and stayed there until the apartment was done. So why did Mirako offer to let this guy stay with her? Now, that was the big question. And it was quite strange. As you do actually have Mirako, she does go to hop in the shower, and Deku, he does go to stand up, as he does look down at the project he was working on. Okay, so the gauntlets, they should be fine. Let's see, subdermal heaters because of winter, artificial suction that allows for sweat to drip down into the palm. collection pieces directly about, 2 inches, 2.5, spaced evenly in between each other, and they do actually collect the sweats. Okay. Bakugo's hero gauntlets for winter. They're coming together pretty good. If he had simply just asked about them sooner, he would have made them. Why did he wait until now? Shit. Now, Deku, he has had Bakugo test these out before. And he's even come up with the perfect design to maximize their efficiency. The prototype used to just be a bunch of metal bent around each other together. However now, it's currently turned into this. These things look badass. And if you'd even have to put it in a way, they look like a medieval piece of armor. And Deku, he knows that Bakugo, he'll really like these things. Now, you even have for Deku, he does go to make dinner for Mirako. As the two, they do sit down, and Mirako, she actually is trying her best to not really control herself, but just not go crazy. Things have been sort of weird lately for her. She doesn't really know why. She, well, is pretty busy nowadays, and for some reason, she doesn't feel right. She just does wonder about it sometimes. This feeling, it must just be built up stress. Maybe? Or it's, well, no, it only started whenever Deku came around. It's not really that, well, it could be best explained as her trying to at least make a reason. However, she really can't. All it really does go down to is one simple thing. She knows for a fact that it must be that. It only started happening after that time. And yeah, she feels like it's gonna drive her crazy. As her and Deku, they're currently at least laying on the couch. Miriko's laying on top of Deku, and they're both talking to one another. They're both watching some cheesy movie, and from what Miriko can piece together from Deku's expressions, he may have actually seen it before, but he hasn't really specified if he has or not. And Miriko, she's just having a good time. She knows for a fact that with everything going on, it's gonna be weird. And there is one simple problem. Deku, he's going to have to go back to that apartment one day. She does like having him around. Sometimes they spend a lot of time together. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes Deku's leaving for work as Miriko's coming home. And it's very strange. She never really expected her life to go this direction. And it's weird. She feels like she can sort of be herself, but there's this one little thing in her body that just tells her that she has to act a little bit different. And it's hard for her. She's just been, well, too calm. Now, it's weird, and she doesn't really know how to express this. She could try telling Deku, but Deku, he's a problem solver. And this problem she wants to deal with on her own. She could rely on him, but that's just the issue. If she starts to rely on him for one thing, she might have to start doing it for everything. And she really would rather not do that. She's been like this her whole life. If she has a problem, she can take care of it. She'll handle it. It shouldn't be Deku's priority. Now, we actually do have where more time does pass. And this feeling, it does just increase. As Miriko, yeah. You actually have where she's coming home from work one day. And she does feel a bit crazy. Now, As she does walk into the apartment, there actually is Deku standing there in the kitchen, as he's chewing a piece of gum and he's on the phone. Yeah, okay, that's good. So, the USJ, that went well? Okay, good. Still, though, they made you do that in gauntlets and hair costumes? Training that stuff's stupid. Why did you even wear the bulky gloves, you idiot? I told you to use the new prototype. Yes, I'm aware it's winter. However, I made them for a reason. You idiots. How many times have you been down there and you haven't learned this lesson yet? Okay, listen here, you little shit. I made those gloves for you, so either wear them or don't. Your fucking quirk, your problem. I only spent how many hours working on them? Exactly. Now, Deku, he's arguing with Bakugo. Bakugo, yeah. He's complaining about the gloves. They're not his style, they're not what he wanted. However, Deku, he spent a lot of time working on them. And he really does not want to redesign them since they already ate up a lot of his personal time. Now, as Deku is talking, there actually is one of Mirako. She has woke up behind him. And she's just going to wrap her arms around him, and Deku, he's actually quite surprised. As he does just somewhat say, "Shit, Mirako, I didn't even hear you come in." "Hey, who's on the phone?" "Oh, it's Bakugo. He's bitching." "Oh, would you be able to hang up real quick?" Uh, I really couldn't, but hey, what's going on?" Now, Bakugo, he does seem kind of confused. What's going on the other end of the line? Now, he does hear Deku and Mirako on the other side. As all of a sudden the phone does hang up. And we do actually cut back over to the apartment, where Deku, he's actually facing Mirako. And he's kind of surprised for a second. She's acting different. Uh, you okay?" Uh, I think I'm fine. I don't really know." "Are you? You're burning up." Am I?" Now, Deku does step forwards as he does go to bring his hand up to Mirako's head. And it's kind of surprising. Her skin, it's hot and she's sweating a lot. Is she okay? Now, Mirako, she's actually very much not okay. As Deku, he does try to help her out. However, whenever Deku, he did go to get some ice cubes, or even really just a cold rag, there was one for Mirako, she did walk past him, immediately going to grab him, and she did go to at least tell him one simple little thing. "The room. Now." And Deku, he was kind of confused for a second. He may be a super genius. However, he is dense. Now, we will actually cut to, let's just say a few hours later, where Deku, yeah, he's currently in the hospital. And a few things have happened. Now, Deku found out exactly why Mirako was acting like that. And let's just put it this way. The other people who found out were Ryuko, Deku's mother, Deku's father, and even Bakugo. Bakugo, whenever he first heard about what happened, could not keep a straight face. The fact was, you couldn't make it up if you even tried to put it into words. And well, there is actually whenever Deku, he does go to wake up. And the doctors, they are actually expressing to Deku that he needs to be a lot more careful. And Deku, he was kind of confused. He knows what he can remember, so he can piece it together from there. Now, there actually was one of the doctors, they did actually try to inform Deku that there is somebody here to see him. And Deku's very confused as the doctor does tell him that it's actually his father. Oh, shit, I didn't realize he was still my emergency contact. Hmm? Yes, we just called the number. Now, there actually is whenever Deku's father does come walking into the room. Mirako, she's sitting down next to Deku. And Deku, he actually does turn up to see something through his blurry vision. As well, their man who does come walking in, Deku can't see too well. However, he knows that it's not Bakugo's dad. The hair, it's not blurry brown or blurry blonde. It's blurry and black. So that's kind of surprising to him. Now, Mirako, she's very confused, as she does ask exactly who is this guy. And Deku, he doesn't really know. He's currently got a lot going through his head. And he's still very dazed. As well, the man who does come walking in and sitting down. As he does ask Deku if he's doing okay. Sorry, I'm still very messed up, but, who are you? Yes, about that. You've seen my face before, haven't you? I really can't see it all. But you're not Masuro, are you? Oh. Okay. Well, your name is Midoriya, Izuku Midoriya, correct? The famous inventor? I don't like that last name. I switched it a long time ago. Ah, I see. Well, that's sort of disappointing. Who the fuck are you? Now, the man does turn to see Mirako, as he does look at her before he does go to look up towards the IV drip, as he does just look back at her. And, well, from what he's heard over the phone, something happened here. Now, he does actually then turn to Deku, as he does go to clear his throat and try to say the words he's practiced so many times in a mirror. My name is Hisashi Midoriya. I'm your father. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I wanted to add a little bit of humor for this part. Since, well, it is winter. Now, with that being said, for those of you confused as to what's going on with Bakugo and UA and why it wasn't attacked, let's just put it this way. With the fact that this series is facing more towards the personal life of Deku and not going towards UA, I do want to say if I do series like this that are more slice of life, they could be timelines where All For One actually did die in All Might's fight against him. Meaning that he may not exist in this timeline. Or he's already been killed, like dead. And All Might, he will eventually retire as a pro hero. However, there's no need to pass down One For All. He knows for a fact that that fucker is dead. Now, along with that, I do hope you guys did enjoy the laugh. Since I certainly did. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing night.